Compute the sum of the given series if the series diverges in a DNA use exact values. Okay, so we get this crazy formula. There's the answer, but how do they know that? Where are they getting that from? Well, you got to look for this and recognize it on the lists of all the Taylor series I gave you in the notes on the home page. So right here on the home page, if you click on the notes, so I'm going to look for one of them that has 2 in factorial on the bottom. Now this sheet has just a bunch of them written out. I mean, I guess the form's already. Do you see anything with 2 in factorial? Oh yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, it's right here. Here it is right here. 2 in factorial. See 2 in factorial on the bottom? That's equal to this. So here's our baby. It's cosine. 2 in factorial on the bottom is cosine. So let's write that down. So we think, oh, okay. So cosine of x is the sum from n equals 0 to infinity. What does it say? Right here. Oh, of negative 1 to the n. That's x to the 2n over 2n. I tried just getting it right there. Okay, so what then? Is that it's not exactly the same as this, but it's pretty close. Let's see if we can get it together here. So what we could do is we could say, look, can I clean that up? This is minus 1 to the n x squared times, well, x squared to the n. How about that? Right? Because 2 times n, 2 times n is 2n, right? Over, of course, 2n factorial. Okay, so this equals the sum. So again, the cosine of x, the sum. I'm kind of cleaning up, trying to get it to look just like that. So now I have this, and this both to the n power, so I can put them together. So I can go minus 1 times x squared to the n power, right? Because this to the n, this is the n, so you can multiply them together to the n. Now it's looking a lot like this, except last thing, you got to plug in pi for x. Pi for x. We say, oh, so the cosine of pi is the sum. N equals 0 to infinity. What's this going to be? Minus 1 times pi squared. So minus pi squared to the n over 2n factorial. That's it exactly. That's it exactly. That's our series. That's that, right? Exactly. And so what does that equal? What is the cosine of pi? It is negative 1. Check it on Desmos if you're not clear. That's our answer. Negative 1. That's the answer. So that's how we figured it out. We just recognize this on our list here and go, oh, it's that one. It's cosine. So, but then we had to adjust it to make sure, do a little fiddling up here, and it got exactly the same right here when we plugged in for x, pi in both spots. Cosine of pi, negative 1. So recognize the Taylor series. There we go.